Hello, friends. Hope everybody's doing well. I come to you excited, and I'm excited from something that I can't do on my own or I can't receive on my own. This past weekend, I met some old friends. We got together. I met some old mentors, and we got together. Some people who have been deep rooted in my life in the industry and have been probably for the past, what year is this? Jeez. 16 years of my life, right? I go back with a lot of these people. So this weekend, I got to go to Paul Ravella's Team Pro Physique camp. They believe they call it the Command the Stage camp, and they have it they have in Fort Lauderdale this year. I remember Paul started his camp to me back in 2015, 16 or so, and I was there for his first ones. I was there for probably I think the first 4 or 5 years I spoke at his camp, and Team Pro Physique was always just part of my community, my extended sort of family. And people who work in Team Pro Physique, they worked with me, and there's just been a very good crossover between what I do at 40CQ and Pro Physique. We started together in a very similar sort of Lane Norton mentorship group, and we all grew out of it. And in life you get busy and you don't see each other like you used to, and you stop making time, you start making your commitments and things like that. So, needless to say, I haven't seen these people in years, right? And I saw them over the weekend, and today it's been days, 4 or 5 days since the weekend, and I'm waking up every morning and I'm still laughing. I'm still feeling joy. I'm still feeling excitement. I'm just reeling with joy from the connections that I made with these people that I've known and loved and needed for years. Now, I'm saying this because I'm realizing that in a state of presence, the joy and excitement and the ideas and the thoughts that I'm getting, this is a feeling that I couldn't get on my own, right? This is only a feeling that you can get from community, from other people who you have deep and meaningful relationships with. And it brings me to a bit of a confession that I think I have to make with you all and stuff like that. So the reason why I've been making these videos lately, and the reason why I've been, reconnecting with people, is that the last 5 years, I would say I've gone through just a huge phase of doing it on my own. I think so much of the pride of a bodybuilder is the fact that they can handle this on their own. I can, right? I can do it by myself. The responsibilities, the food, the groceries, the macros, the training, the sleep, the recovery. In fact, sometimes I feel like I do better if I don't have people in my life, right? It's a very wrong thought, but attempted thought. You think that you can become more lightweight and become more efficient with sort of without people in your life. Now, I say this for a reason. The past 5 years of my life, I've been going alone, and my primary focus has been things like building my actual home that I live in Chicago, right? Home ownership is a lot. Building up my actual family and my family planning, the life that I want. And it's been a great amount of time that I've spent doing that and working on my business and growing those things. But one thing that has really fallen by the wayside for me is my building of community. In the past few weeks, I've been making these videos again, simply just talking and sharing. And I've been getting a lot of people through the comments, and I've been getting a lot of people just talking directly to me, just giving me positive experiences in my life. I've been down in Florida temporarily, just seeing some of the people that I've built relationships with over a long time, years and years and years and years. And I'm still my brain is just jumping with joy. I feel more optimistic and positive from these interactions that I've been getting with people, and from the interactions from the actual physical communities that I've once built in my life with my previous endeavors in my career, with living in Florida before and seeing some of these old friends. And today, between these videos and between those people, I'm filled with a joy and enthusiasm and an excitement that you can't get anywhere else. And I really want to make this video to drive this point home, because I'm speaking this out of experience, feeling something that I haven't felt in a while. I fell victim to what I like to call the pride of the bodybuilder, right? You can be very prideful and proud to think, man, I don't want to fucking see nobody. I don't want to fucking talk to him. I just want to hit the gym, put my hoodie up, put my pump cover on, and just hit it and go home and take care of business. And that's the mode that I've been in for the past 5 years. And if I'm being honest with you, Has it been more successful financially? No. Has it been more joyful doing it on my own that way? No. Has the results been better? Have I been a better athlete? No. What has been better? I have to ask myself this, right? Without sharing these videos with the community, without being vulnerable to a community, without having people in your life where you can share your experiences, right? I went to this weekend, there was 15 other world-class online coaches that I could spill my heart out, my ideas out, and they gave me it back and they poured it back. And these, there's a million bodybuilders, so I can speak to this camera on and they give it to me back, right? I've recently just really opened the idea of letting community back into my life. And the only thing that I think that I was without community was I was more prideful. I was more proud to do it alone. I think sometimes this is a big trick. This is the biggest temptation I think that bodybuilders can get. I think every bodybuilder, I remember when I was young, when I first started bodybuilding, there's this bodybuilder where I won't go by the name of him, but we were really good friends. And I met him at my first show. And one thing that he used to do that I didn't do is that when I would prep, I would always share with the world. Every week I'd give update photos, I'd share, I'd talk, I'd meet up with people, I'd pose with people. And he always wanted to do the technique of, I'm not going to say a word, I'm going to kind of hide my prep, I'm going to, as Kendrick Lamar would say, I'm going to pop out and show N-words, right? I'm going to pop out and show them how I get down. I always thought that, his way of doing things when I first sort of heard of this strategy would seem more gratifying, would seem more satisfying, that you can sort of take the cake at the end of the day, win the whole show, shut it down, take all the money, take all the clients, and say, I'm self-made, I did it alone. I did it on my own, I did it by myself. I never subscribed to that model when I was younger, but for the past 5 years, it seems I'm sort of walking in my friend's shoes, and I tried it out. And I'm here to tell you, for the past 5 years of my life, it feels prideful and strong, but it's not better. You need people. No man alone is an island. No one of us alone is an island. When you have people in your life, let's say as a bodybuilder, you can talk to them, or as anything else, you can talk to them, and when you're talking to somebody, if they're 30 years old, you're talking to 30 years of life experience in another person, right? You sort of get a summation of the best and worst of that person. You get lessons from those people. You get the summation of, if there's a mentor, 50, 55 years of experience, of perspective, of wisdom, of knowledge, all within a sentence, or respond to what you have to say. Or I would tell somebody something this weekend and they say, okay, well, when you look down the road, look out for this, right? People guide each other. And I think human beings run as social beings, social creatures by our nature. We're not meant to operate at our best alone. But boy, oh boy, is it tempting to think you can. There's a gym that I train at back home, and there's a lot of people who keep to themselves. And I don't have any issue with people who just lift and compete and keep to themselves and don't talk to anybody. But you're not going to be better when you get on that stage. You're not going to feel better in your experience. It's just not going to happen. I've been studying a lot of Dorian Yates lately. Dorian Yates, the great 5-time champion, and his nickname was the Shadow. And the reason why they called Dorian Yates this 5-time Mr. Olympia, who changed the game of bodybuilding, brought on the mass monster era, ushered in what we know today as the Ronnie Colemans, the Phil Heaths, the Kai Greene. I mean, this guy made bodybuilding what it is today. We're only now going back to classic physique. Big classic physique meaning pre-Dorian, basically, right? We're only now going back to that. Dorian was called the Shadow because he did not live in Vegas or LA, or he would just be in Birmingham, UK, training in a little dungeon, no photo shoots, no press, no anything, and he would pop out in Olympia and just decimate them all. Now, Dorian had his own gym in Birmingham. He had his own community. He had training partners. He had friends. Even if he didn't expose his privacy, even if he kept his privacy, let's say as a bodybuilder, and still isolated his privacy to the public in that way, in his intimate life, he had a community. He did not do it alone. There has been, in the records and halls of bodybuilding, if you look at every great champion, no champion has done it alone. The closest we can get to an isolated champion is Dorian Yates. And he had a thriving gym community, people who understood him, right? People who he could plug things into and push things into and pace them and take them. We are incomplete without community. We are incomplete without people. We are nothing without each other. We're pretty darn good alone. We're pretty darn good in isolation. But if there's one takeaway that I have to this video that I've learned off of 5 years of experience, and I'm glad to have learned it, and I personally don't want to do it again, and I would, tell anyone who's tempted to not do it, find people who get you. It's no different than if you're, looking for a partner in your love life. All you got to do is find the one. All you got to do is find that one person who hears you, who gets you, you get them, and your crop will multiply 100 times with other people in your life. I wish I was more well-read on this, that I can give you some type of a psychologist or philosopher or something, but I don't know anything about this. All I know is simply based off the feeling that I've been having since I've seen those people and since I've been making these videos. Innately, I feel more confident. I feel more secure in myself. I feel like my vision of what I want to do is more upright and tight. And I believe that's what we get out of each other, right? We are sitting on the creation of other people. Other people have built these tripods and cameras, and other inventors have all done these things, and we all share them in one big group. And the art of bodybuilding is that there's an overwhelming amount of solo and individual and entrepreneur-like responsibilities, and we can confuse that with, I don't need to fuck with nobody. But it just could not be further from the truth. So I beg of you, if you feel the pride of a bodybuilder coming on to you, don't eat of its fruit, for it is no good. It's okay. It'll get the job done. Sometimes that's the only way you can do it. It'll get the job done. But you've got to have something, somebody there for you. No man alone is an island. So, okay, that's it. I would really encourage anybody, find your team, find your community, plug in. Don't go at it alone. Don't let the pride of the bodybuilder take you over. So, all right, if you liked the video, please like the video. Comments, conversation, let me have it. It's the reason why I'm doing these videos. Coaching, I always have to talk about. I'm a full-time online coach. And one thing that I think for making this video, and I realized that I've been giving to people, but I haven't been doing a good job receiving, is that I've been a mentor to my athletes. I've been a person to my athletes. I've been a friend to my athletes. I've been there for them. And though I'm good at the job, and I feel like I give these people, their person, their information, their person to communicate these things with, I need to make sure that as a coach, I'm fair to myself and I receive in, and I keep that flow moving out to my clients. And that just completes sort of the beauty of inspiration and knowledge. So, okay, thank you. That's all I got for this video. I really appreciate you all listening to me. I don't know where I'm going with this, but eventually it's going to end in some world-class bodybuilding. That's got to be the end result. It's got to be, man. So, all right, thank you. Appreciate y'all. Y'all talk soon. Today we're going to go trace some legs. Enjoy your training, whatever you do today. Please leave a comment. We'd love to hear from everyone. Please send me a message. We'd love to hear from everyone. We'll talk soon.